Really have I didn't really have all the drama from the other day is done and over with. I am not a part of that drama anymore, and new things are happening. Hold on one second. I gotta share this out to some people. Come on now. All right, there it is. Come on, dude. Share, copy, share it over to Discord chat. Like always, see how many people come in. Lately, I haven't been bringing in too many people, and I have no clue why. And a lot of it was problems involving certain situations that they've already explained to me. What's going up? Cashier guy, what's going on? I actually used to have a job as a cashier, so I kind of agree. Like I kind of understand your name. So, but yeah, I'm actually looking for a not a cashier job, but a stocking shelf job now because I'm tired of cashiering, man. I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to you. You're not listening if you're saying I'm talking to myself. What's I don't understand like what is going on with everybody? Like what is this like idea we need to act a certain way towards people in this chat? Like I don't understand that exactly. Like and I've been trying to grasp the concept as to why some of the stuff is going on that it does because it doesn't make sense. I am a music maker. I do make music. I'm actually working on a song right now, which I'm not showing off. Um, it's actually yeah, true. That is true. I do appreciate that you said that. But yeah, I'm gonna try to. I am working on making more music, man. I actually need to get. There's some things I need to figure out, but then I can fully get back intact with everything. But I'm recording a song right now. I'm recording the music part of it. I need to add the lyrics into it, but I have stuff going on that today. Um, I felt like I should have been I felt like I should start, like, writing about this subject. So the subject is basically about how, like, you'll have a person in your life that can't Frankie, hey, I call my style Frankenstein, Frankenstyle, and it's funny you say that because in the song Beast, Mixie says that as lyric. She's like, "I'm Frankensteining," which is essentially what I do. So I feel like, in a sense, she built that song in somewhat kind of like based around like somebody like me. I feel like because openly admits she writes songs. Writes songs about people sometimes. Like, not in a bad way, but she writes about how they feel about stuff. And sometimes as I'm talking to her, she sees I go through stuff and she sees I get highly irritated with stuff. And as I'm messaging her and it's like, "I'm sorry I'm doing this to you. I'm sorry acting like this, but this is how people get on my last nerve." And I apologize to her so many times for it. And I'm sorry that I treat people like that. But there's some people they go out of their way to make chaos where there's no chaos going on, and it just sometimes I don't know, I've read up about it, but psychologically, it's built to, that psychologically, the reason people do that is because they have nothing going on in their life, so it's out of boredom, and that's why you'll see people do, like, things like start drama up or, like, go around and just make drama where drama isn't going on at that time because they are bored, and so Sometimes people get a rise out of it, and sometimes it's out of straight boredom, and sometimes it's out of people being miserable. So, that's what I've learned about it, and as I studied it a little bit more, why people do that, and there's a lot of reasons. Sometimes it's out of jealousy, sometimes it's out of hatred towards a person. Sometimes it's people not letting go of stuff. So there's multiple factors as to why somebody would do something like that. Now, the song I'm writing is about the subject of you're dealing with somebody that consistently comes back and brings chaos into your life. No matter how many times you forgive them, you can keep forgiving them. But after you've forgiven so much, you get really, really irritable with them because they don't wanna move on from the topic. Uh, I've written music I've written music, oh, man. I started, like, back, I wanna say I actually wrote my first set of music. I have to look it up, hold on, 'cause it's online. I have a SoundCloud from, like, long, long ago. So and it was just my name, so So let me tell you when the actual original songs came out, because I can't access this account, otherwise I'd clean this account up. Alright, um, wow, 12 years ago. Yeah, 12 years ago, I actually started writing music. I actually built a few songs years ago, which you don't go back and listen to, because the songs back then, I wasn't doing them. They weren't as good, like, how do I wanna put this? They weren't they had too much of an echo in them, and what I mean by that is, like, I would be singing, but I would be singing twice in a song, and it just had a complete echo to it. What's going on? Pickle, Sir, Toxic. But yeah, I am still writing music right now. I'm working on a new piece of music. I'm not sure what that one even gonna be called, but the sound of it sounds really awesome so far. So it goes from a heavy riff into this really creepy, eerie tone, a really slow tone. And if I could, I like my 90s metal sound, but I can't really go with other sounds on that. So I wish I had an effects pedal for it because I would be actually kicking that sound in to be different, but it has this really eerie, creepy tone to it that I do like, so oh, yeah. It if yeah, I like talking about things, but I don't like talking about people preferably. I know I've done it here before, but I do not like talking about people. So the views don't get bored. Yeah, yeah, just keep asking me stuff, man, and talking to me. I'll keep trying my best to answer. I know I have a lot of airtime, and that's just something I'm getting used to, but that's just something I need to work on too. But yeah, the music's gonna keep coming. It's definitely gonna keep coming. I'm not stopping now. Um, and I'm pretty proud of what I've done so far. I think that last one was really good and it didn't hit off the way I wanted it to. I was a little disappointed with the way that one didn't take off, but that last song I dropped was basically a song about watching somebody literally like change in front of you. So this idea of like you saw them be one way, but they shift away from who they are, the originality of who they are, and you watch them change. And they change through other people talking. They change through other people directing them. They change. It's just stuff like that. So don't worry, man. I'm talkative too. I mean, I try to be talkative, but I'm just an introvert when it comes down to it. I can't wait to the day I actually go and perform live on a stage because that day is going to be the day where I really have to work on. I would love to do it right now. Work where I can have my equipment and play my music out in public, but I have to work on getting a few things. So I have to work on getting a new cable for not the guitar, but just to play into the just to play into the computer itself, because that iRig is being weird and I can't hear what I'm playing out. So I'm kind of like sitting there practicing it and then recording it without the sound. So when I play it back, I hear how it sounds. I'm like, hey, that sounds pretty good to me. So that's how I've been doing it lately. And it's been interesting, but I need certain pieces of equipment right now is what I need. And right now I got some concerts I'm about to go to in the near future, so I'm excited for that. That's why it was a big deal for me that Stitched Up Heart dropped Beast yesterday, which is a great song. I It's very relatable to anybody that deals with that kind of stuff, where you just deal with a lot of stress and it just you hold back and then you let off. And there's two formats to it. One, she's could be talking about the Monster Energy drink because they love Monster for some reason. But there also could be that part of it when you stream. Started here was 8 people, and I was the only person talking. Now I'm just I'm not. Yeah, there's people here, it fluctuates, you just gotta hang in there. It's not I don't take it personal. If people come, they come. That's just how I am. Yeah, I don't let that stuff get to me anymore. I used to let it get to me all the time, but I'll sit here and have a discussion, just kinda have a discussion and just not, like, care what people think. I've had people come and be like, "Well, you're talking to yourself." I'm like, I don't really care what you think. I'm doing this. Yeah, this is the part of it where people are trolling. This is the part of the trolling that they just they all do this to me. This is the I don't know who this group is, but this is the group of people that sit in there and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this and he's gonna." Yeah, fake warning. Exactly, exactly. If I got a warning, it would be directly sent to my email being like, "Hey," or like a strike on my video. So these fake warnings are like weird. Yeah. Yeah, there's not. I've had people try to like yeah. I've had people try to do it so much to me that it's like I just know it's a troll because there's nothing going on the channel. See, these people these people these people will do this. These are the miserable ones. These are the miserable people that literally don't stop. I can't like talk without him like doing this over and over and over. I'm trying to talk, as you can see, but he just keeps blasting it. Like he's gonna waste his time doing that because that's the way he is. He's gonna sit here the whole entire time doing that, and he gets offended by it because he's the one who sits there and watches his account. They watch this account, and then they hope this account goes under. So they want a reaction out of me. This is how shitty they are, and this is why like I don't listen to them anymore. This is why I do music. They literally don't get it. I'm gonna shadow ban this guy, man. He just doesn't want to stop. That's the most annoying thing, dude. Like repulsive, actually. And I don't understand why you're coming in here doing it like you have an attitude with me. Like you're not cool, dude. You don't like. All right. So now, yeah, he's still posting warnings. I'm gonna shadow ban this guy because he just doesn't want to quit. This guy's an idiot. Okay. I'm gonna report him because he's coming in unwarranted commercial content, harassment, bullying. I'm gonna get rid of him for that. This is harassing me. Report him. Hide user from my channel. That's the only way to get rid of people like that because they'll go and they'll create another account. So he's officially not gonna be able to do that anymore. Yeah. By the way, the chat in your stream is delayed. Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, he's gonna keep. He has. See, people like that. They've had this problem with me for like 5, 6 years. In the 5, 6 years they've been doing it, the one thing I noticed is they don't have channels. They don't have channels. They don't do any of this. They don't have hobbies they do. They sit online all day, and they will complain about me playing music. They will complain about everything I do. And there's a group, okay? So there's this group of people in a chat, a good Discord chat, okay, that always do this to people. This is their living. This is their life, okay? And one of the names of these people is Nesquik. Okay, Nesquik has a tendency of acting like this. This is his go to. Oh, I'm gonna be a dick today because he has nothing because I don't have anything better going on. And that's exactly how he handles himself. He doesn't know how to refrain from acting like that. And this is a guy that's terminally online. He has a Discord channel he runs, but his whole Discord channel is full of trolls. People that like to troll, people that like to make people feel like shit. And I don't like the guy. He's banned me from his chat himself because he doesn't know how to handle trolls back. When somebody trolls him, it pisses him off. And then he gets really, really mad and offended about it. And he's one of those people that bugged me about Melanie Mac actually a little while ago. He and this other guy named Pistolkin, these were guys bugging me about Melanie Mac excessively, not realizing this whole thing online wasn't real. But they still wanted to proceed in believing it was real. So they went out of their way, started harassing me, going into my real life, harassing me in real life, going to my job, having me fired from my jobs, and then not getting arrested when they do that shit. And that's one of the people who's the main culprit of this trolling that's been going on. His name is Nesquik. And he doesn't have a big channel. He doesn't have a big channel. He continues to throw fire where fire is needed. He continues to How's it going, Skeletor? If your name is Burger, why is your name Skeletor? Why is this why is your name Skeletor on your YouTube channel name? I'm gonna hide that because you guys are gonna see the chat and it's like it'll like the chat's being delayed. So everything I see over on the side here for myself is stuff I can see and I can respond to you guys with, but I can't do it within the actual like excuse me. Been drinking a lot of water lately, guys. I actually apparently have lost like I've lost weight. Um so on my days off from the job I have, I come home and I'll do a bunch of I'll come home, I'll do push-ups, I'll do some cardio, I'll do stomach crunches, and those are the basic things on top of walking. I walk a lot in the sun, so I'll sweat, and all of it's turning into water weight now. So I'm losing weight by it being water weight, and I found out I lost weight because of my one of my appointments today, so I'm doing pretty good on that aspect because I don't I exercise. So exercise is the key to being much more healthier than what you are right now. So I took it down. I took it down because it's lagging behind. Let me see if I can pull that back up again. Hmm. Can I pull it back up? Let me see. General video audio. See, I don't know if I could pull it back up here. Customize. Shape. Circle, square, rectangle. You set the changes. I can't I can't actually like I can't actually well that's kind of cool. I would play some like lo-fi music for you guys, but YouTube's just kind of stupid. I'm trying to find my chat right now. I can't even like pull my chat up. There it goes. Not that. Huh. I wonder how I get my chat back up. Either way, I can continue to talk, and I still see you guys on the side here, by the way. Um, I got rid of the chat because you said it was lagging. So, but yeah, today I found that out, and I started trying to start a business outside of my job right now, which is like seems like it might be beneficial, but I don't know yet. I want to see how it goes. But I'm stocking up on some things, and I'm going to turn around and sell them off unopened because that's how you do it. The I'm getting a good deal on them where I'm getting them from. So, what do you think about Barbara and Gertrude as a daughter's name? I would say I like Gertrude better. Barbara for me, is kind of like it's an older woman's name. Gertrude reminds me of like if you're to like okay, so like if you're to have a daughter and you name her Gertrude, just I picture her like a Wednesday Adams looking character. So she's gonna be like the gothic, I don't know, bangs, pigtail, stuff like that. So that's what I picture when I picture Gertrude. So I don't know who that is, by the way. I'm not having daughters anytime soon as far as I know. If I have daughters, man, that'd be weird because I haven't had sex with a woman in like a while. So I don't know why I would be having daughters, but and when I do have daughters, I don't know if I'd be naming her Gertrude, but Gertrude is a nice name. It's more of like Wednesday Adams looking. Bertha. Hmm. I don't like Bertha too much. Bertha is is kind of an interesting name. I don't it's not a very good name in my opinion when it comes down to naming your daughter something like that. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it if you do name your daughter something like that. What's going on, Pedro? What's going on? Um, but yeah, I don't know what's coming up. I'm not having daughters. I don't know. I don't know why that would be coming up in my stream. I don't even have a girlfriend right now, so don't know what to tell you guys. If I do, then I don't really know about it. Okay? I say ladies are my girlfriend all the time, but I'm not dating anybody. Um, that's my thing is like I don't haven't really dated in like fucking almost a year now because of the last person I was with. She this was off of the internet, by the way. This wasn't in internet or anything like that. It's just going around different streams and asking it. You're good, Jack. I understand. It's weird that you mentioned 2 names because there's 2 people. This one old guy for some reason, he talks to these ladies, and that's like 2 of their names is Bertha and Barbara. I'm like, "What the heck? Is that him?" But yeah, Synth. How's it going, Yi? I don't see Synth. Yeah, Synth's not here, man. Synth's gone. Synth's been gone for a little while. He's a synth. So he's a synth in my side, whatever that means. I don't know. I felt like that means something. Oh my. So yeah, there's not much stuff going on in my life right now besides waiting for 2 concerts coming up and talking to people and starting my business and making some music. So there's not too much going on. The music thing I'm working on little by little. I don't know. I don't know when this next song's gonna be out because I have things I do also on my day off. So I'll come home and I'll work on music for like 2 to 3 hours a day. and then I'll get a little bit of it done, and then I gotta figure it out the rest of it later on. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you watching, man. It's nice to know that you stuck around. A lot of people come in here and they leave, and they'll say hi and they'll just go away, and I don't know why. I think saying hi and responding to hi is perfectly fine. But some people, they'll say hi and they'll leave for some odd reason, and I don't really question it. I just it's one of those things, they leave. I'm not letting it bother me, you know? But I try to, like, make it entertaining as possible. Um, back when I was playing my acoustic guitar, which I still have, um, I can still do it. It's just you won't be able to hear me playing it because my microphone cuts off that sound. I mean, I don't know what else I could try. I try just about like everything. I try just about everything, but it's like sometimes it's I can't figure it out. Like I could try streaming games here again. I used to go and stream the browser games on here and all that. And I used to be able to do that and then sit there and play for you guys, but I haven't done that in a little bit. I can also still emulate games on here, but YouTube gets really weird about emulating games. Like I was playing Legend of Zelda a few years back, and YouTube struck my channel for that because I was emulating it. So emulation can get you in real trouble, especially from Nintendo's end, man. Nintendo has a thing that everybody talks about. They're called Nintendo Ninjas, and what they do is they go and they will look at your channel, they will strike you down, and then they'll continue to do that, and then you'll be part of their game plan then. That's just how they work. Nintendo loves me, man, but they also don't like me because they know I do that kind of stuff. They know I emulate. Um, and the reason Nintendo likes me and watches me so much, because sometimes I'll shout out to them over on X, which I'm gonna be back on X in like 3 days, but I shout out over to them sometimes because of like Zelda related stuff or video game related stuff in general. How's it going, Saturn? Um, but I'll shout out to them and they love me for that, but they hate me. They'll like strike my streams down for emulating games. And it's the worst thing ever because it's like, back my opinion on that whole subject. Okay, that subject was going on for a little bit. Why is Nintendo striking us for that kind of stuff when we don't have access to that anymore? They're giving us very little access to any of that. And the more and more you go and you want to find a game, okay? You want to go and find a game. You can't find it at the game store. So, oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, keep stopping in and checking my channel. I mean, big things are going on here in music. I'm actually working on another song. Um, and the subject in that one's a little bit different from this last one. But it's going to be on the topic. Uh, I don't really remember the name too much, but if you keep coming back here, man, I will remember you. Like I remember Cashier Guy up here because Cashier Guy was in my stream last time talking a lot. That's the reason I remember him. You just have to get in here and like talk a lot, and then stick around, and I'll remember you. Like people from Escape to Fate, okay? Escape to Fate, Rob from Escape to Fate, he has his own channel, okay, on Twitch. And you can go and watch his stream, okay? If he sees you in a stream and he recognizes you enough, he will start talking to you, okay? Just like Craig from Escape to Fate also, they do it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll remember you, man. You just got to keep on coming back. But people do remember you if you show up a lot. Especially if you make a n- if you make yourself noticed in any way, shape, or form, like show up in my comments or something. I do notice you then. There's a guy in my that was in my comments. He commented, and I put that I liked it, but he listened to my song and he apparently appreciated my song. So, but you just keep coming back, man. You might see me form a band at some point. You might see me perform live. you could be seeing somebody that's just small right now, but is in the works of like something great. So just hang in there. My channels are like really built around music. So with that said, you're gonna see a lot of music related stuff come up here. Um, I like to sing. I like to make my own music, which is for me, it I wanna say it somewhat comes naturally. It's just there's some things I have to work on with it. And, let me just say that the next song is gonna sound really unique compared to everything else I've been putting out, because it's going to have 2 parts to it, okay? There's gonna be a heavier riff to it, and then there's gonna be a lighter, eerie, creepy riff to it. And you're gonna see what I mean once I release the song, because I like the direction it's going. And, I do plan on making that into it's going to talk on a personal subject going on in my life, and when you do that, it shows that you understand where people are coming from, and people will respect that music a lot better, because that's what Escape the Fate does, that's what Dead Rabbits does, that's what, Stitched Apart does. They talk about personal subjects, and that's when you can really get your fan base to come in. So, for people watching. Yep, for people. And they'll continue to like, you'll see it fluctuate. You'll see that fluctuate. I don't like it. There's some days I'll have like so many people in here, and then the other days people will just fade away. It's all on the timing, I guess, for me, because I'm a really small, like, content creator still, and I'm not, like, really paying money into these accounts, but I get followers due to the fact I put, like, stuff out that people like to watch that's enjoyable. So, I originally started off this channel doing it as a, like, wanting to do somewhat kinda health stuff, and I was like, "I know nothing about health. I'm a complete dumbass when it comes to health." So, what I did is I changed it over to a gaming channel. Yeah, Saturn kinda knows. He knows that, like, there's certain subjects that people just they don't know too not much about, and they'll sit there and give their take on it, though. And for me, I don't know much about health. So mental health, I can talk about it. I can talk about how I take care of myself, but I can't give my full take on it because I'm not a professional in it, okay? Just like with music. I love music. I know more about it than I do in other stuff. I also know more about gaming than other stuff. And these are subjects I've always known for most of my life. Um, but I will talk more and be more excited to talk about my own stuff or a band I like as opposed to, yeah, you were stuck at, yeah, that right there can just eat you up. It eats you up because it's like you want more out of it. You want more out of it. But it's like when you want more out of it, there's people out there that see you struggling and wanting more, and they just, I don't know what it is, but they just don't like watching people dwell in the moment. When you dwell, that's when you'll see everything not work in your favor. When you don't dwell, things will work out easier for you. It's just something I realized. For me, like, here's my thing, okay? I go into different groups here on these platforms like Twitch, YouTube, all that. I talk about what I like. Icebreaker, talking about what you like. So I made some friends within the Escape the Fate group, okay, through Rob the drummer. And Rob the drummer, well, you probably post stuff that like is trendy. I don't lean into posting what's trendy. That's my thing is like I don't do really stuff that's trendy here. And that's something that a lot of people Turner. It's I'm not a very trendy person. I'm not into following, like, topics going on right now. So, what's going on, Starboy? Um, but I'm not big on following the topics that everybody else is talking about. Like, I won't touch on the subjects of another streamer or a content creator solely on the purpose because of the fact that, like, I don't need to anymore. I'm trying to pull away from that, so Yeah. Starboy was in here last time probably. He was probably in here last time and you saw him. 'Cause Starboy shows up here a lot. But yeah, Starboy is one of my people that normally comes in. He's a recognizable character. No, I haven't heard of that actually. Um, I don't see, my thing is I don't explore YouTube enough right now because I'm exploring into music that's out there right now. Because what I originally wanted to do with music is I wanted to like make it into a thing to talk about on my channel, which I already do. I talk about music like a lot. I talk about the bands I like a lot. But I try to explore more in the realm of music than I do anything else. And that's how I will find bands that I didn't know existed before. Like I didn't know Burning Witches existed until like a few months ago. I did not know Stitched Up Heart existed till a few months ago. And that's how like crazy it is and how long I've been out of like, how do I want to say this? I had a spot in my life where I just wasn't feeling good. I want to say depression got the best of me and I started losing touch with who I was, okay? And it wasn't naturally me doing something myself. It was everybody around me enforcing their opinions, enforcing their thoughts, and then painting a picture of me to be a certain way. So, like, example with Hollywood and all that, you kind of you kind of will fall into this program of how people think you should be, but off the set you're nothing like that, but people think you're like that. And that's part of the problem of what people do now. They do that to a lot of people. What's going on, Lamb? Um, Talking about some subjects, talking about new music coming out, and I'm talking about just how the channel's changed and future stuff coming up. That's what I'm pretty much talking about here. It's one of my most popular VR games. I mean, I'll try to check it out. Just you're gonna have to find a way to like, I don't know what it's called again? I have to Gorilla Tag. Oh, I think I've heard of that before. I've heard of that. It's like an indie game, and you're like a gorilla, and you bust out of this like the zoo or something like that, and you end up like having to like end people is what it is, and it's crazy, but like that's what that's premise of the game is. I remember hearing about that a few years ago too, and I haven't bothered to touch it, but I heard a lot of people enjoy it. Is that what it is, or is it a different game? 'Cause I could be wrong, but yeah, I haven't been gaming too much, guys. I just can't get back into gaming right now. Like, I know somebody here at the house who has an Xbox Series X, but I don't have enough time in my day to do it besides outside of creating music and doing some things I do on my day off. I barely get time right now, and then on top of it, my work schedule is, like, rough. Like, I work 12 hours a day when I work, so it's like I gotta find time to have downtime for myself. Oh, really? I have to check into it. I'll take a look at it in the future. Um, but yeah, that's gaming's been one of my, like, areas right now I haven't been able to touch, and I know there's a new Zelda game coming out in the future, plus the remastered Zelda Ocarina of Time, man, that I wanna play it so bad, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Oh, so I take it you're, like, a young guy. I take it you're just, like, a really young guy. But, yeah, on top of that, I'm trying to start a business outside of here, so I'm looking forward to that one picking up. I got a potential buyer right now, but I wanna see if they pull through with what they're doing and see how far that goes. No, I'm not sleepy. Uh, I just how do I want to say this? I've been busy all day, and it's time for me to just relax a little bit. So I got to go, bro. I hope you have a Yeah, you too, man. Stay tuned for more music and just stay tuned for, just watch. You might see me grow. I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to my music really, really taking off here soon because this next one, from the way it sounds pretty decent so far. So I'm planning on I'm hoping I can step it up a notch here soon. And what I mean by that is hopefully start actually getting people's attention with it. Because I really want to get I would love to get some record labels attention and just make music that way, but we'll see. I don't want to fall into a record label that's going to make me change the way I'm doing things, especially right now, because I like this way I'm doing things. This is how I'm built to do things. So if I end up getting into a record label, I'm just hoping it allows me to be like authentically me, because that's part of the reason most bands change their direction. The most bands will change their direction, change their sound and all that, you know, and they pull away from what they're authentically are. So, um, some of these bands I listen to now, you can hear the difference in their sound. Like, I don't know what sound Stitched Up Heart with is going with for the future for Medusa, because that's the next album they're gonna be releasing. Um, I know Escape because with the sound that they put in Beast, it sounds a lot like their original old stuff. So I wonder if she's trying to go back a little bit back in time to the old way of things. It also sounds a little bit like Escape to Fate. If you play, okay, so if you, she openly admitted to me that she likes the song Gorgeous Nightmare, Mixie, by Escape to Fate. So if you go and you listen to Beast and then you listen to Gorgeous Nightmare, you can actually kind of hear a very similar sound, but it's like a very off similar sound. So the very opening note is the same sound that's gorgeous. Sounds like the way it's played in Gorgeous Nightmare. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was listening to it yesterday and I was like, that sounds like old Escape to Fate. And that's where she was inspired because even with old Escape to Fate, that stuff never gets old. That's like the best sounding. I love Escape to Fate, all their stuff, but that the first 3 albums have a unique sound to them they don't really touch on anymore, and it's because they've grown from it, okay? But this new direction they're going in a kinda metal direction, okay? That's why this that's why so I think they're gonna try to mix their old sound with kind of a more metally sound, and we'll see. I'm hoping I know it's gonna be good because I heard some of it already. I heard like 3 songs from the new album, 3 or 4 songs the other night, and I was just it just sounds good. Audio potential is sounds really good, and it reminds me a little bit of myself because it sounds like he's talking about somebody who wants to get into the music industry, but is struggling in their own personal life, and that's why I've always liked that band because it touches on his personal topics that most bands don't wanna touch on, that's why I like that. Um, so I'm expecting there to be something kind of amazing coming out of that next album, and same with, like, Stitched Up Heart, I'm expecting their next album to be pretty amazing too. Um, I do like from Stitched Up Heart, if you go back and listen to all their music, I do like their album Darkness. Their album Darkness, really, really good. Mixie had written lyrics to that are just really hit bass, really hit home for me. And I know they hit home for other people too. That album will make you feel a certain way after you're done listening to it. And that's just how good that album is. I don't know what it is about that album, but the way she did that album, she was really like you can tell she was, like, either feeling a certain way or she just wrote that for something she saw somebody go through because she did that she said that before. So, I don't know, and I know Crook Halo is about her herself, so, um, but I'm looking forward to both of that, and then I Set to Kill, I know they're coming out with new music soon too, so I'm looking forward to that. Um, and then, a whole bunch of bands are just dropping music left and right now. 2026 is a year for awesome music. I don't care what anybody says, if you're a metal fan or if you're into that punk goth emo scene, you know exactly what I mean. You know there's music coming out like crazy right now, and it's just blowing up. And you know, this is the year 2026 has been a great year. 2025, the end of it, I wanna say mid 2025 was where I really started getting back into music, but end of 2025 was when I really, really felt like, "Hey, I'm back," you know? "I'm back. I feel like myself again." And it's because that music, it always talked to me. It's not like okay, so you can listen to bands like Eminem. Lot people love Eminem. I just I don't I can't relate to a lot of stuff he talks about because that guy grew up in a different environment, a much more abusive, aggressive environment, okay? I can't relate to that, but I can relate to, like, personal problems going on in my life of what? Like, we've all dealt with self-doubt, we've all dealt with losing spark, we all dealt with, like, falling away from who we are at one point and losing ourself. So, that's why I listen to it 'cause it's more relatable than what some of the stuff Eminem is saying, and you know, that's just why I always have listened to, like, alternative metal and stuff like that, so that's what my history is. But, yeah, I just, 2026 is pretty amazing. Let's just put it that way. 2026 is one of the most amazing years I've had in a long time, you know? And it's not gonna stop here. I know it's gonna get crazier and crazier for me, and I know it's gonna get awesomer and awesome for more awesome than it is right now. That's why right now, I'm like, I might not even be here in this next 6 months. I might be doing something bigger than I think because of the fact that the energy I'm feeling from people and the music I'm putting out, people are actually listening to it, and people don't hate it. People I went somewhere today, okay? I went somewhere today, and I stood in a line, and there were people behind me talking about music, and then sitting at home playing guitar. And I'm, like, thinking to myself, because there's people here that are, like, are very, very popular around the city that I don't get out much because I I'm not introverted, but I'm going out more than I was, but I'm also refraining on going out a whole hell of a lot. But I will say there were people that made me feel like they were excited to see me. Like I feel like I've wrote a good song and nobody like talked about it to me. And that's, you know, to me, I would like to be critiqued on my stuff. And if I know I've written a good song and I tell you I've written a good song and I can feel good energy coming out of it and stuff starts happening in my life that I don't like, that's how I know I did something right. And I know things are gonna start picking up for me here soon. I just have a few more things I'm gonna release, and then from there, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna work on I don't even know how many more I'm working on, but I'm working on, part 2 of Monster Pieces right now, so just hang in there and stay tuned for that. But I like what Cashier Guy said here. Cashier Guy is like, "You just continue doing music, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop here. The train's not stopping for me." I got so many people's attention right now, um, and it's an awesome feeling to finally know I got people's attention with putting out something by a homemade guitar, by building a guitar and having the most janky equipment right now. That's how it all starts, and that's why I admire bands like Good Charlotte. Good Charlotte's another band I will say that showed me you could start off with some janky shit and you'll do fine, and they made it. So, but I have a feeling, I don't know how long from now, maybe 5 months. I have this feeling in 5 months, okay, something big is gonna happen for me. I don't know what it is, but I have this feeling I may not even be in this house anymore. I may be doing something else. I may be working with a bunch of people making music right now, making music. I don't know, but I know something is gonna happen really, really soon. I can feel it. And I don't know what it is, but I know something big is coming out for me soon. And that's the feeling I'm getting. So, all right. I know I a bit ignored the chat a little bit, but I got on here, talked a little bit. Everybody stopped talking. I wasn't trying to bore y'all. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna keep making music and keep showing you guys what I'm doing. So, all right. With that said, guys, have a wonderful evening and stay metal and yeah, have fun. The weekend's coming up. I'm gonna have off this weekend. I don't know how much I'm gonna be at the house here, but I'm hoping my weekend goes pretty good. So take it easy. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next time. I know that's I know that's early. Actually, I actually didn't even make the hour. I'm debating if I want to end the stream because like everybody's just kind of silent right now. But